Today, we are making potato soup in the Vitamix blender. You're not going to want to miss this. Friends, welcome back to Hanging with JK. So good to have you back. Today, we're using the Vitamix blender here to make some potato celery soup. It's going to be a creamy soup that we can have on those chilly days or just any day of the year. And it's going to be simple ingredients that are healthy ingredients for you to serve to your family and loved ones. So the things that we're going to need are going to be 1 onion. I'm going to use 2 russet potatoes to help make more than just one simple serving. And also a stalk of celery to kind of keep the celery flavor mild for our household. We're going to use a little bit of stock and some garlic. You can either use a full garlic clove. I've got some chopped up garlic here in a jar. I'm going to use that. And then I've got a little bit of salt and pepper here for added seasoning and flavor, and you can choose to do what you want to do. I'm going to put the whole list of ingredients in the description below, so make sure to check that out. And you're also going to be able to check out where you can get this blender. If you don't have it already, you can get this online, and you can also make the same soup at home and other various soups. So let's get started on cleaning these veggies up, sauteing them just for a little bit to soften them up, and then all of this stuff is going to go in here because we just want to take a little bit of the heat and the spice away from the onion, because this is going to be served for everybody in the family and also some little ones. So let's get in the food prep, and then we're going to go right in here in the blender. So the earlier ingredient list that I showed you, we got all that stuff cut up, and as you can see over here in the pot, we've got those 2 russet potatoes boiling over here just to soften it up a little bit. I could toss these potatoes raw into the blender, but I wanted to just soften them up just a little bit. And then over here, I've got the onion cut up and the celery. What we're going to do is we're going to hit this with a little bit of oil, maybe like about a tablespoon of oil, I would say, and whatever you choose to use for your oil. We're going to get that heated up. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can kind of get a softer, milder flavor on the onion versus a strong, spicy onion, because for little ones, you don't want to have that spicy flavor, and you want them to be able to enjoy the soup. So onion is in there, the celery is in there, and then in our household we love garlicky flavor, and so I'm going to put in a good heaping tablespoon of garlic in here, and that will help to give that potato soup that extra flavor that we're really seeking and craving. So the other thing I did mention in the earlier video was the part of the ingredient that we will also need is a milk. So we're going to use a cup of milk, and that will also be in the description down below. So make sure to check that out when you're doing this at home yourself. So I'm going to let this saute, and then when this is all ready, I'm going to toss this into our blender over there. All right, stay tuned, guys. Okay, this thing smells so good. So this is the garlic, the onions, and the celery were all sauteed in a little bit of oil. So I'm going to pour that in first. So this is just, it's not like a full-on cook, but it's just to soften it up and get that flavor of the onion to be a little bit milder, so that when you're serving it to family, and especially little ones, you don't want to have them not be able to handle the heat on the onion on there. So we got that in there. And next, we are going to put in the potatoes. So it was the 2 russet potatoes. I had those drained already. I'm going to toss those right in the Vitamix here. And as you can see, it's getting kind of fogged up, but that's okay because it's going to handle that. And then next, we are going to put in our stock. I'm using a chicken stock here. Use whatever is best for your needs. I'm going with about a 1.5 cup because this is going to serve about 3 people. But I will put in the description what's best for this recipe, and then you can make the adjustments as needed for your household. So there goes the stock in there. And then we have a 1/2 cup of milk. And we're using an almond milk, but you can use any kind of milk, whether it's a dairy milk or cashew milk. And one secret ingredient, I've got a handful of cashews here. I'm going to toss those in. The cashews, I think, are going to help to make it a little bit creamier and give it a little bit of that more flavorful texture. And then we're going to toss in a few shots of pepper and a little bit of salt to give it that flavor that we want. And then another special ingredient, totally optional, everything bagel seasoning. It's one of those things that we really like for flavor in our household for a lot of different foods. We're going to put that right there. Cap this up. This is ready to go. And the beauty of this Vitamix blender, this is the 6300 model. This Vitamix blender has the hot soup setting right here. I'm gonna set that and just let it be. It takes about 7 minutes to get that going, and this will be coming up to temperature. It'll blend all the ingredients into that fine, liquidy, creamy soup. And then we're gonna get this thing right out, pour it in the bowls, and let's eat. So once we get the blender turned on, you can see that it's mixing it up right now. It takes about 7 minutes for the blender to chop everything up and to heat the liquid up to make it that nice, warm, hot soup. It's effortless and it's very convenient. It's a set it and forget it kind of thing. So the blender just got done. Let's take this off. It took about 7 minutes to cook in the Vitamix blender. I know, I say cook in a blender. It's crazy, but the way that this thing works, ready for this? That steam, I think, is the way that I was convinced that I needed one of these things once I could realize how versatile this is. And this soup, it has just such a fragrant aroma and smell to it. And it was all healthy ingredients that I put in there myself. So I'm gonna pour this into a bowl, and it has that creamy texture to it. It's definitely not liquidy. It's a creamy, hearty soup. So pour a little bit of that in there. And then the other thing that I wanna do, totally optional, you can get a little bit of grated cheese, add that in on top, a little bacon crumbles if you'd like, something like that in a potato soup. I've got a few croutons on hand, so I'm gonna pop those in, and the presentation is a little bit nicer. You can add some sprigs of parsley on there if you'd like. I'm gonna give this a taste test, and hopefully it's as good as I was hoping it was gonna be. Very good. It's very creamy. It's got that zesty flavor to it. So let me know how you guys are using your Vitamix blenders at home. If you like this recipe for this potato celery soup, let me know about it in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and if you'd like to see more recipes in the kitchen. And let me know what you guys are making. I'd love to know some of your recipes as well. I hope you guys can come back again, watch another video, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you guys back again soon. Bye, everyone.